While our logo and remodels may be making headlines, our bigger focus is still right where it belongs, in the kitchen and on your plate.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the brands that tried to revamp their logos and ended up wishing they hadn't.
They claim it looks more like the cartoon image of human waste.
Gap. In 2010, after 2 straight years of tanking sales, this clothing retailer was getting desperate. As part of a rebranding attempt, and with no prior warning to its customers, Gap decided to change the logo it had been using since 1990.
And here is the new one they tried to roll out.
The old logo was simple and classic. The new one was generic and unprofessional looking and seemed to have no connection to the brand and no clear thought process behind it. The reaction to the change was swift and vicious. The company was roasted on social media, and a mock website inviting people to make their own Gap logos went viral.
Still others compared it to a failed low-fare spin-off airline and an element from the periodic table.
After spending millions of dollars to implement the new logo, Gap caved and abandoned it after just 6 days. MySpace. If a company is dying because all its customers are moving to its competitors, a rebrand and a new logo probably aren't going to solve the problem.
The last time I used MySpace was probably in my middle school years.
MySpace learned that the hard way between 2009 and 2011. It was losing millions of users to Facebook, and in an attempt to breathe new life into the platform, the company redesigned both the sites and the logo. Needless to say, this didn't work.
It comes with a new brand, a new logo, a new look and feel, and a complete new platform.
The new logo was just the word "my," followed by a blank space. If you moused over the logo while on MySpace.com, user-generated artwork would appear. That's kind of cool, but anywhere else the logo showed up, it would just be this generic text. Unsurprisingly, it only lasted 2 years.
But few, if any, make MySpace their own anymore.
Yahoo. In 2013, after a year of layoffs and leadership turnover, Yahoo announced a marketing campaign called 30 Days of Change. During it, the company released a new logo every day, although it was really just the same logo in different fonts.
Yahoo!
At the end of the campaign, Yahoo unveiled the version that was here to stay, at least for the next 6 years. Designers pointed out that the beveled font didn't fit the brand's identity and made the whimsical exclamation point look out of place.
Yahoo!
The design looked like it was created by a student rushing to meet a deadline. In 2019, Yahoo changed back to a flat font that better matched its traditional aesthetic. Weight Watchers. This wasn't just a case of a failed new logo. It was a rebrand that completely backfired. Weight Watchers was once the top-ranked commercial weight loss program in the country. However, by 2018, the body positivity movement had gained traction, and more people were looking to improve their health rather than simply shed pounds.
The global wellness company says the new name focuses on overall health and wellness issues.
To keep up with the trend, Weight Watchers changed its name and logo to WW and added a new slogan, "Wellness that Works." The name WW doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, and it leaves people guessing as to what the company actually does.
With the tagline of affirmation of wellness that works is a great move in our journey to be able to help more and more people lead better, healthier lives.
With competition heating up from GLP-1 medications and free fitness apps, this rebrand wasn't the solution the company needed. It filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2025.
Highest profile spokesperson, Oprah, also stepped down from its board just last year.
Royal Mail. Mail delivery in the UK used to be run by the government like it is in North America. However, in 2000, the Royal Mail became a publicly traded company, and its executives wanted a new name and a new logo. What did they settle on? Consignia. If you think that sounds more like a venture capital firm than a postal service, you're not the only one. The name Royal Mail had been in use since 1784. It was simple, clear, and classic, whereas Consignia was weird, hard to spell and sounded decidedly corporate. Everyone hated it. Even the British Postal Workers Union tried to convince people to boycott the name. Consignia lasted only 15 months before being changed back to Royal Mail. JCPenney. If you're a multi-billion-dollar company, you could hire a top marketing firm to create your new logo. Or you could get a third-year graphic design student to do it. Guess which one JCPenney went with? In the 2010s, sales were slumping as many customers switched to online shopping as part of an attempt to reinvent itself. In 2011, Penny's took submissions for a new logo from students and professional designers. They chose what must have been the most generic entry of them all, which was barely different from the old logo.
It's interesting. You see the logo, you will eventually lose the rest of this, and it'll just be JCP. They know they need a makeover.
A year later, they switched to a blue box with the letters JCP. People hated both of these changes, and by the end of 2013, JCP had sent them to the scrap heap.
In a Twitter message, the company says, "Tell us what you think."
Jaguar. When times are tough, luxury brands like Jaguar often suffer. It makes sense that they'd want to change things up in hopes of attracting new customers. However, when Jaguar released its new logo along with a bizarre video to promote it, the reaction was probably not what they had hoped for.
With fearless creativity, unbound by imitation, convention, the expected.
The badass big cat was gone, and the commercial didn't have a car in sight. If you weren't already familiar with the brand, you'd have no idea what they were selling. People were quick to mock them on social media, and the company soon started looking for a new ad agency. But it's still using the boring new logo. Leeds United FC. You don't mess with sports fans' beloved colors and logos. Leeds United figured that out in 2018. To mark their upcoming centennial anniversary, they unveiled a new badge. It looked completely different from the old badge, which had been in use since 1999, and fans lost their minds.
Absolutely dreadful. Looks like it's been done on paint.
A Change.org petition to cancel the new crest soon racked up more than 77,000 signatures. Within a month, the club realized their mistake and went back to the old badge. Cardiff City FC went through a similar scandal after changing leadership in 2012. The new owner had the audacity to change not just the logo, but the team's colors from blue to red. They lasted 3 years before switching back. Hershey. This chocolate company's logo hasn't changed much in the last 100 years. They've used a similar all-caps blocky font in shades of silver and brown since 1910. And unlike most of the companies on our list, Hershey is still doing pretty well, so if it ain't broke. But in 2014, they decided to change things up anyway, adding a little icon of a Hershey kiss at the end.
They don't like it. The revamped look is a flatter, drawn image of the Hershey's Kiss instead of the classic photo image of the candy.
Of course, the internet immediately pointed out that the design looked less like a Hershey Kiss and more like a steaming pile of, Others thought it bore a striking resemblance to every 9-year-old's favorite emoji. Despite the mockery, Hershey is stuck with its simplified logo.
Cheers! Enjoy!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Cracker Barrel. Did you know the man on the Cracker Barrel logo is a real person? That's Uncle Herschel, the real-life uncle of founder Dan Evans. He was a brand ambassador for the restaurant for years and was immortalized on the logo starting in 1977. That design changed very little over the next 5 decades, until the company decided to switch things up in August 2025.
In its place, a simpler, more modern design the company says calls back to its 1969 roots.
Sales had dropped in 2020 and hadn't recovered, and the CEO hoped to attract new business with a sleeker, more modern look.
Our goal is to take what people love about Cracker Barrel and open the aperture a little bit so that more people love Cracker Barrels.
But Cracker Barrel's most loyal customers don't want sleek and modern. They love nostalgia. The backlash was immediate and intense, and within a week, Uncle Herschel and the Barrel were back on the Cracker Barrel sign.
The new logo really was meaningless, but it was impacted by all the negative feelings from their core constituency.
Which of these redesigns do you think was the most spectacular failure? Let us know in the comments below.